And so I knew at that moment it was partially my fault that I was in this miserable relationship. And when I say miserable, I mean a relationship that doesn't include intimacy and love, which is very important in a relationship. Just to have that affection and that close intimacy with a person. So when we was in Mexico, he told me not to touch him. I'm like, okay, cool. This man treated me like for 5 days. He treated me like, when I tell you he treated me like I wasn't worth anything, he treated me like, okay? Like I was going to the bars, drinking by myself. He treated me like, and so I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So on the 6th night of the vacation, I was on my way back to the hotel room by myself in Mexico.
And we have another video that doesn't provide much info.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't provide much info. But I will like to step back into the first part of this scenario. If you knew, or you said that you should have left him alone in the beginning, why didn't you? What exactly was that determining factor that said, hey, red flag, leave this guy alone? And then also, what was the determining factor that said, hey, I'm going to stick it out? I don't know. I don't know
what the relationship was like prior to the marriage, but she did make the comment in the previous video that she knew, 1 week after talking to him that she should have let him go. Right. I wonder what the relationship was prior to the marriage and even prior to this trip, because, people change, not typically.
Okay, so let's stop you right there. I mean, we all do change.
People grow
in some way, shape, or form, but drastically, if you're not presenting with some type of mask on in the beginning, which I guess everybody is for the most part, but is it that much of a drastic change from that mask? And if it is, then my question is, what prompted the change exactly?
My thought process is, in relationships that are like this, where one party is not the best relationship part, there are issues, they're causing problems, and the other person is sticking around and wanting to work it out and believing that they're going to do better. There's blame on both sides in that situation.
Yeah, of course.
There's blame for the person who is choosing to stay because you see what the problem is and you're still choosing to stay. And that may be because of self-esteem issues. That may be just because you feel like, it's going to get better and I deserve this love. And it could be that in the beginning they were this wonderful person. They laid the groundwork and you're trying to get back to that wonderful person. It's kind of like an addict seeking a high. They're always chasing that first high. Mm-hmm. And so when in the beginning that relationship is this nice, cool, there's so much love, there's affection, there's all these things. And then that falls away. You're addicted. You're chasing that high that once was. Mm-hmm. But on the other side, the issue is that horrible person. Why are you a horrible person? Why don't you just let me go? If you know that this is not what you want, or you can see that you're hurting me. You can see that you're causing me anguish. What type of person are you that you just hang around and continue to, those are sociopathic tendencies at that point. You see that you're causing me anguish, and for whatever reason, I'm not able to just walk away and let you go. Why do you continue to inflict these things on me? Both parties need to just walk away, let go.
This is true. But again, with the lack of information that we have,
yes,
we can't really say.
We're speculating here.
We can only say or give our input based on what she said, which unfortunately is the sad part about relationships. A lot of times, especially on social media, you have one side airing out the dirty laundry, and that side is most of the time not the side that has a dangly thing between their legs. Unfortunately, most of the time it's women that come on social media and you air out the dirty laundry. Now, sometimes you probably need to warn other people about a drastic scenario with this type of person, this type of man. But sometimes the guy just made you upset. So now you step out and you feel like you need to destroy whatever chance at relationship that he might have in the future, or destroy, his current bonds within his business relationships or whatever have you. But the thing is, I don't think it's the best idea to come on social media and just start airing things out like this. I don't know what comes of this. Is this supposed to be therapeutic?
I think for some it is. I also think it paints, when done right, it paints a reality that sometimes social media tends to gloss over. We get the picture perfect social media relationship and lives, and stuff like this showcases that it's not all picture perfect. I'm not encouraging you to go air out your dirty laundry on social media. But that's not what I'm saying.
But see, in this situation, I get what you're saying. And I kind of agree. But the thing is, we run into that bad customer review type of scenario.
It's definitely a fine line
where it just catastrophizes everything about this person. And you said, maybe it is therapeutic, but in therapy, I don't know how much a therapist would, agree with you kind of stepping on, or
it's
therapeutic,
prescribed therapeutic.
And sometimes self-prescribed therapeutics be the death of you. And
this is true.
And somebody else. So maybe go to therapy. That might be the way to go with this. Because, I can't get down with just airing everything out on social media.
Once upon a time, we wrote in our diaries and conversed with our girlfriends, and it was left there. And now
social media,
the internet has become
the diary,
our cathartic outlet.
Right, the diary that never dies, actually, because everything is still there. And if you got kids, now your kids can look up your video of how you was trash talking the other person you were in a relationship with, that person's father or that person's mother. That can't be good, right?
No. Probably not.
Yeah. All right. I guess we'll leave it there for this one too. Peace.
Night.